Welcome back, strongman fans. As you may have seen or missed it last Saturday, we had the World Open at Manchester Arena for the Giants Live. And obviously kicking off, we had the Deadlift Championship, followed by 4 other events for the rest of the competition. So there were 11 athletes in total, and as you know, some athletes had to withdraw last minute and some joined last minute as a result of injuries and other complications of getting into the UK and such. So 2 of the guest athletes of the Deadlift Championship, which I'll get to shortly, they didn't come, and also Luke Stockman didn't compete. So obviously, and Luke Richardson's obviously had a replacement there with Andy Black from Scotland and also Gavin Bilton, UK strongest man from Wales. So the athletes that were there, we had Estonia's Rauno Heinla, obviously amazing deadlifter, as we all know. Russia's Mikhail Shivlikov, fan favourite, as always. Then we had Evan T-Rex Singleton. Obviously, remember, he was 2nd place in the Strongman Classic recently from America. Adam Bishop, Britain's strongest man currently from the UK, one of my favourites. Then obviously Oleksii Novikov, the legend, the consistent podium winner and former world's strongest man. Gabriel Pena, obviously representing Mexico. This is his first time to Giants Live as well. Then Andy Black, as I said, so Scotland's current strongest man, absolute unit. And Gavin Bilton was in the lineup, UK strongest man. So obviously in the deadlift, we had Ivan Makarov, his first ever appearance at Giants Live. Finally, he got his invite. Then we had Pavlo a Ukrainian powerlifter champion, and this is his first time to the Giants Live, his first pro show. Then we had Bosnia's strongest man, Nedsmin Amberskovic. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. He obviously was able to attempt the deadlift world record. Unfortunately for the likes of the Iranian strongman and powerlifter, he couldn't get into the UK because of travel restrictions due to COVID. Surprise, surprise. And lastly, Asko Karu, he actually injured himself 1 week before the competition. So annoyingly for him, he was unable to attend. Just to add to that, he was actually Estonian, so it's a real shame him and Paiman couldn't compete. Guys, if you're new to the channel, by the way, quickly before we get started on the video, if you could just quickly hit the like, comment and subscribe buttons, I'd really appreciate it. So let's get back to the video anyway. So as you can see from the lineup here, this was the schedule. So we had the walkouts, then the Deadlift Championship first, carry and drag medley, Viking press, hammer hold, castle stones, and then obviously the ceremony, podium ceremony finish. So as you all probably know, spoilers alert, Evan actually won his first podium finish in the UK for a Giants Live show. So well done to him. And obviously Bishop was 2nd and Novikov 3rd. Ivan Makarov actually took the championship for the deadlift. He won. He got 475, which we're going to go into. And obviously now event 1 was the Deadlift Championship. And what I've done, I pulled up a couple of videos for some of the key lifts and some of the athletes, just to show you and have a little discussion and review about them. So the first actual athlete I'm going to review, everyone actually hit the 400 kilo opening lift. So as you can see here, every athlete got that. They didn't miss it. So credit to them, because, you know, a few years ago, 400 kilos was not an opening lift, and now it is. So we've got Andy Black here, Scotland's strongest man. And as some of you may know, he's never competed in Giants Live, and he was only given the call to actually compete just over a week before this competition, so it's complete last minute. He wasn't prepared for it. The last competition he did was UK strongest man, so you know he actually pulled a PB that day of 425, so that was without any prep. Now obviously he does train, but he's only been training from what I gathered for about 2 years hardcore in strongman, so he's got really good potential. He's still fairly young, you know, early 30s, like Gavin. I think they're both about the same age, 31, 32. Gavin obviously went after him. And again, Gavin was called up to do it last minute pretty much as well. I had a little bit more time, maybe a few days here and there than Andy, but nonetheless, he also wasn't ready for it. And credit to Gavin as well. He also got a PB, so he also got a Welsh record for the deadlift with a 425. And I think these two have a bit more time and prep, because they are new to the sport. You know, they haven't been doing that too long. Fair play to Gavin. He's won UK Strongest Man twice, but, you know, he's against the best in the world now for these comps. So it's definitely going to help push them forward to achieve more. And I think from the size and the potential of the two of them, they could easily get up to 450 plus. So just a little bit more time. This was them on a non-prepped competition. So imagine what they could do if they actually prepared for it. As I mentioned, the second opening lift was the 425, and everyone did it apart from Pavlo, but he didn't. He decided to skip this lift and go for the heavier one, which came after. So it wasn't a problem for anyone, I'd say. Everyone looked pretty smooth, pretty fast. It wasn't like they were battling this weight. It was comfortable. I'd say 400 and 425 for the best part of for all the athletes. It was a piece of cake, really. So it was obviously impressive to see, though, because again, going back to previous years, this just doesn't happen, you know, like to do opening on such heavy weights. So obviously here we've got Nedsmin from Bosnia. So I'm showing he's £1,000 or 453.5 kilo lift. A little bit slow, but overall a good lift, and he got that lift. So not all the athletes did, but as some may know or may not know, the £1,000 club is very exclusive, and up until this day, there was only 7 people in the world who ever pulled over £1,000 or over 450 kilos. That night, 7 new people joined that club, which is absolutely amazing. And here, Novikov, he got the lift as well, so a personal best for him. Pretty much it was a personal best for almost every athlete who was on there. So, you know, to double the amount of people now, 14 people are in that £1,000 club, that exclusive club, was absolutely amazing. And obviously Nedsmin did it, Novikov did it, Adam Bishop did it, Evan Singleton did it, you just saw there, Novikov did it, Gabriel Pena did it. However, Pavlo, he did come back on this one. You know, he decided not to skip from 400 to go 505, because that'd be just stupid, or 475. So Pavlo actually did. Here's Evan's attempt. So Evan actually did have to hitch it quite a bit, but he got the lift, and it was, you know, it was approved on that down signal. So well done to Evan for getting that as well. But going back to Pavlo, so Pavlo, yeah, he skipped the 425, but he did actually go for the 453 and half kilos. Here's Adam's lift. Adam's a great deadlifter. I think he's gonna smash it. You know, in another year or two, he's really coming through strongly now, and I'm confident that he's actually gonna set some records for the UK, because it's just like incredible. So there's all the list of results there for the guys who did manage to hit the 453, and the ones who tapped out a 425. So the second from last lift was the 475 attempt. Pavlo decided to skip this one again. So I would say a little bit overconfident. You know, remember, the guy is only 23. Yes, he's a powerlifting champ. Yes, he's an absolute unit. But to go from 400 to 453 and then to jump from 453 to 505, I think showed his lack of experience and perhaps overconfidence. So only 2 men went for the 475, and the first one was Adam Bishop. And Adam, like, you know, he gets that bar off the floor very easily initially. Like, he just like whipping it up like nothing. And fair play to him. As you saw there, it was a really good, solid attempt. And I'm really confident that he could actually get 475 in the future. You know, he moved that well. He just couldn't obviously get over the knees, but didn't look too difficult, you know. So well done to Adam, and I can't wait to see him go for heavy lifts in the future. He probably also knew not to push himself too hard, because he had the rest of the competition to do, more events, so he saved some energy in the tank. But Ivan, as we know, he's been around for a couple of years now. People on social media was talking about him and his potential, and he gets a 475, the only man to lift it that day, and obviously then winning good points, 10 points, and winning the show for the day. So looked pretty smooth. He's looking happy and pleased with himself, because he knew that felt good. So he's obviously now won this event at this stage, up until this point where Pavlo is the first one to go up with the 505. And you know, I've got to give this man credit, because he did some crazy jumps, and he's the only man apart from Ivan to even attempt it, and he's so young, but you can tell how hungry he is. And you know, he does actually manage to partially lift it off the floor. Not as high as what Adam did on the 475, but nonetheless, he actually moves it. It's not like it just stays there. But he knew, yeah, I'm not going to lift that. So maybe in the future we might see something from him. I think there is potential, and a little bit more training and coaching and a little bit more time. Fingers crossed, no injuries. Pavlo may become a deadlift champion, you know, and set some records, because no one at his age has ever even tried to lift anything close to that, not even Eddie Hall. So here's obviously the last lift for this event. Ivan goes for it, and we know he tried 501 before and failed, but I'll be honest, this 505, not a bad attempt at all. You know, he manages to hold it up there, but he just doesn't have the hip and the lockout power. You know, he couldn't get over the knees. I think if he had got it above the knees, his back probably would have been able to take it and he would have been able to do it. But off the floor, yeah, it wasn't happening. So, but luckily he didn't injure himself. He didn't hurt himself, and he still had energy in the tank to continue after, because Pavlo and Ivan actually continued the rest of the competition after doing such huge attempts on a deadlift, which is absolutely mad. So respect to them, and obviously, sadly, we didn't see anyone set a new world record, and no one took that $50,000. But as we know, it's still up for grabs for the future. So there's the points at the end of the first round, with Ivan, Evan and Novikov all the top spots. So event 2 was the medley, carry and drag. And athletes here had 160 kilos in each hand, so 320 kilos for the farmer's carry, followed by a 350 kilo anchor drag on the way back in the fastest time possible. So we had Ukraine's Ivan, Makarov and Pavlo, and also Adam Bishop at the end for the UK. And as you can see, Pavlo absolutely hammers it down the track, super fast, crazy speed. But we're here with the drag with the anchor. He actually falls over. I think he actually falls over twice. Lack of experience here. Remember I mentioned before, it's his first pro show, so you know he's going to make some mistakes. He's never done this before, and he's probably really tired from doing those stupid deadlifts, you know, crazy amounts of weight. So Adam actually, luckily, as a result, because he keeps moving, he just beats him and takes those takes the first place spot there. So very annoying for Pavlo, I imagine, because you know he would have won that hands down if he hadn't fallen over twice. Ivan, unfortunately, he's not an all-round strongman, but it was good to see him actually competing in other events apart from the deadlift, to see what he can kind of do, because I don't really know how much training he actually does for other events. I have seen him do some like heavy single presses, like dumbbell presses and whatnot, and bits and bobs, but nothing really like this medley stuff. So we also had Gabriel Pena here, Evan Singleton and Novikov. So I showed this one as well because there was definitely a competition between Novikov and Singleton, as you can see here. But Singleton, again, was flying down the track. And he is good at moving events. Like he is very fast, and I would say it's one of his strengths. Novikov as well, but, you know, he's just flying. And you can see how hungry he was to win this. Lactic acid kicking in there, I think, a little bit. He slowed down in the legs, but nonetheless, he keeps going, stays consistent, and obviously beats Novikov in this event. Gabriel Pena, he obviously is struggling a bit, as you can see. He still hasn't finished. But what I liked about these chaps, they're all very much supportive and pushing one another and trying to motivate each other to keep going. And that's the great thing about strongmen, as we know. Like there's no real hate, you know. I will get into a little bit of controversy later in the video about Pavlo and Novikov. Some of you may have heard of the little bit of issues that happened between them backstage, but from what I hear, it wasn't prompted by Novikov at all. And sadly for Pavlo, I think, you know, he's got some kissing ass to do to stay in Giants, because they don't tolerate that sort of thing in the sport. You know, they're all brothers. It's a brotherhood. There's no like hostility and aggression between them. They just apply it to the weights and the events themselves. So yeah, I pulled that one up because I thought that was an also good 3-person competition. So here are the times. So Evan obviously took first spot, Adam was second, and Novikov third overall, Pavlo taking fifth. These are the points at the end of the second event. So as you can see, Evan's at the top, Novikov and Bishop still battling for second and third. So the second event was the Viking press, and this was a new setup with 150 kilos in total on those logs. And one of the standout people actually for this was Gavin Bilson, who actually secured 11 repetitions. And Novikov and Bishop actually also got 11 reps, but well done to Gavin for getting, you know, 11. So I'm showing you Evan here because Evan actually won and he got 12 repetitions in total. So he obviously, you know, smashed that event, and you can just see like he's so hungry to win, you know, second event that he won. And, you know, that's really going to make him feel super confident and, you know, looking forward to the rest of the events. I will say there are better pressers than him that weren't there, such as Luke Stoltman, but nonetheless, to get 12 repetitions after the medley drag and also the deadlift stuff is absolutely incredible. So really good muscular endurance, not just power and overall raw static strength. The guy's fit, you know, they all fit, to be honest. Here's obviously Bishop with his 11 repetitions, and he just unfortunately misses the 12 rep. He just can't get that lockout, and he runs out of steam and time, but nonetheless he was super close to nipping at the heels of Evan to get that 12th rep, and this is it here, I believe. I think that's the 11th, yeah. So yeah, he misses it out. Sorry, he misses on the 12th. So there you go. There, Magnus and whatnot laughing and joking because how close it was. But well done, Adam. Consistent athlete, and he definitely deserved to take some good points on that event. And I still can't believe he did that after trying a 475 deadlift. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So yeah, here are the scores after event 3. Adam and Evan and Novikov still in the top spot. So the third event was the hammer hold, and this was a 30 kilo hammer. So standout performance here was from Gabriel Pena. He was against Ivan here, so I've pulled this one up because obviously he won the event with a time of 46.85 seconds. So that's some pretty good shoulder strength, stability, and also, again, muscular endurance to hold that sort of weight out at arm's length, fully straight, for that amount of time. To be honest with you, I thought he was going to get a minute. It looked like it, but I think he knew that he'd won and probably still wanted to save some energy. There's no point in going crazy. You need to have some energy in the tank for the last event, obviously that being the Stones, at the Stones. So well done to Gabriel for winning an event, and he did really well, to us. A few little stumbles here and there in areas, but he joined the £1,000 club. He won this event. Overall, he did really well as a first time in the Giants. So he should be proud, and I'm sure his country are, and any of his fans. And I've got respect for him. He definitely impressed me. I look forward to seeing what he can do moving forward into future competitions for Giants Live. Obviously, World's Strongest Man, and of course, World's Ultimate Strongman. So here we have the scores here overall. Novikov and Singleton second and third. And again, after event 4, you can see same athletes at the top. So those three have just dominated throughout the entire competition. So as I mentioned, at the Stones, this was the iconic one at the end. Stones starting from 100 to 180. And I'm showing you here Andy Black and Gavin Bilton, just so you can really see the comparison between these two monsters of men. 6'6" plus the pair of them, both weighing, over 180 kilos, absolute units. I mean, they haven't got very far to travel with that ball because they've already got the height and leverage as it is. So, but nonetheless, really, really quick times between the two of them. And I was really impressed. So I think this is the best I've seen Gavin on the Stones for sure. Never seen Andy do it, so he also did really well. He was only just slightly behind Gavin there, so well done to both chaps. That was a good run in my opinion. Ivan, not so much. He didn't actually get the final stone. He ran out of time. Here we got Pavlo and obviously Mikhail. So Pavlo was really good at this. Super fast, super agile, really good power and strength. Mikhail, fan favourite. He's a consistent athlete, strong guy. Even though he's a mature guy, because obviously he's in the masters category, 40 plus. He's not too far behind Pavlo, to be fair, but obviously he's got that experience behind him. He's done this many times. But yeah, Pavlo gets a really good score there. Super quick. So well done to him. He definitely is a good all rounder, I'd say. Unlike Ivan, who's pretty much just deadlift only. I think Pavlo definitely proved himself that he's one to watch and a force to be reckoned with. And he kind of reminds me a little bit of the Terminator, Matthias Kidasowski, who sadly still wasn't there due to that old injury of the triceps. So here we've got the times here. Adam, Pavlo and Evan in the top spots. So well done to Pavlo taking the second place spot there. And the final results. So not a massive difference, really. Only 2.5 points in it for Adam and Evan. But well done to Evan. You can see how ecstatic he is to win this. And, he was gutted that he lost to Novikov in the Strongman Classic 2 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago. And well done to Adam getting on the podium. It's nice to see him on a podium again, because I've not seen him on one for a while. The last time being British Strongest Man. This is before COVID, so it's been a while. And as we know, with this actual competition, this is the first time Giants Live had been in the Manchester Arena for about 18 months because of COVID. So it's been a long time coming to see an event like this. And, I think it definitely helped the athletes to perform better and do better because they had a proper arena with fans watching and an atmosphere. So it's only getting better. So it's about 16 or 18 months ago, I believe, that the last one was. So well done, chaps. You smashed it. Really good to see that no one got injured. You know, no one really hurt themselves, had to pull out. Because I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, Ian Bibby obviously has unfortunately injured himself with that world record axle press he did at Strongman Classic. So, but he apparently will be coming to Leeds next month. So I'm bringing up here just a few photos, some of the events that are going to be there for the Europe Strongest Man. So you've got axle deadlift, the shield carry, there was a log press world record attempt, the car walk, and also the stones to finish as always. And hopefully Ian Bibby's going to come back recovered, not injured, and he's going to try and take that world record in the log press. Tom Stoltman, the Albatross, the world's current most strongest man, he should be back, recovered from his injury, as should his older brother, Luke Stoltman. Fingers crossed. I want to see those two competing again. Obviously, Novikov, you know, what competition does he not do? You know, until he gets injured, he's not going to miss anything. Ian Bibby, as I mentioned, fingers crossed, he's going to be fully recovered and he's going to come back. Also, Adam Bishop, of course, you know, he's got every chance of taking at least first, second, or third. Mikael will be there as well, as always, another consistent athlete. And then we've also got Graham Hicks. Obviously, he had to withdraw from World's Strongest Man due to an injury. He's going to be back, fingers crossed, because he's good things from him. Then obviously Irvin Toots from Estonia, so kind of like Rauno's little apprentice, Rauno Heinler, so obviously his mentor. Also from Estonia, he's going to be there, of course. And also we've got Parter Dwyer, so he just won Ireland's Strongest Man, and he was in World's Strongest Man as well, as some of you may remember. And lastly, Gavin Bilton, the Welsh Bull. So apparently Pavlo, there's some sort of beef between him and Novikov because of the Russia and Ukraine issues, something to do with the history there. But, you know, nonetheless, there was reports that he actually punched Novikov, you know, backstage, and I don't know the consequence of that and what's going to happen for him moving forward, but fingers crossed. He will be invited back to another Giants Live competition and not be penalised permanently. People make mistakes, but as I did mention in the video, these sort of things don't happen and it's not acceptable. You know, like, it's just not professional. It's not what they want for the brand and for PR. It's not good. So obviously we'll find out more. I imagine if an official statement's made by Giants Live, or they might just brush it on the carpet and hopefully kiss and make up and continue, but we'll see what happens there. So anyway, guys, hope you liked today's video. If you did, as always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Also, let me know what you think about the upcoming Europe Strongest Man. Who do you think is gonna win that? Obviously, I don't think Luke Richardson, who's the last year's, is gonna be in it, because obviously his injury from World's Strongest Man. But let me know what you think on that one, your predictions. And also, I'm gonna make another video soon for the Shore Classic, because as we know, it's coming up very soon. And also World's Ultra Strongman for the women and the men. So keep an eye out for those. So anyway, take care, and I'll see you soon. Amigo and Finis, signing out.